Hey, welcome back to the Bonnie Doon Homestead. Today, it's been a busy day, but I thought I would share with you something that I've been working on the last day or so. And I'm trying to figure out this coil pot. I think it's kind of interesting. Kind of starting to kind of figure it out. I need some baskets that are a little bit bigger for you see the pigs got me for our harvesting and winnowing and stuff like that. So that's what I'm making here, and it's not necessarily, doesn't have to be, in fact I don't want it to be watertight, so I'm leaving a little bit in between each row so that like the chaff and dirt and stuff like that will be able to filter through it, but the bigger seeds won't be able to filter through. Like that's probably a little too big a hole there, but next time when I come around I'll close that hole up. But it was kind of interesting because I started out, oh good lord, I started out with, this is Yucca on the inside here. That's plied in 2-ply cordage, and then it goes around. Actually, this middle part is wool, and I was going to use wool as the filler. Well, that worked okay, but it's just too soft and too pliable. It didn't coil very well. But I'll use this in other projects because I like the way it turned out. The Yucca, the 2-ply Yucca, that would be out of this, dried and fibers. That stuff is awesome, and it's very, very tough. And that's what this is. And then I got out to here, and I decided to just start using Yucca that I split. And this was fresh, I think, yesterday. But I split it, and then I'll take a piece and wrap it around the coil. I think this is up here is like 2 or 3. I wanted a different texture there and something to match up with the little piece of wool that I put up in here. As I work out, so the different colors, the white and the green, are all from the different colors you find in the Yucca leaf. And then as I got going, I started playing with a little bit of color for the older Yucca, and then by adding the wool, it's just a different tactile feel, different texture, and a little shot of white in there, almost like a white cloud. But it's been fun. I really enjoy utilizing all these great resources that we have around this homestead. This is the basket I made last year, but it works perfect. I can put my old or the Yucca that's prepared, these fibers around it, and then I put this ceramic bowl in the middle, and I'll put a little bit of water in there. You can see the water's evaporated out of there now, but I throw that in there, and then I can get my fingers wet, and I can keep the next fibers that I'm going to be using, keep it wet, get it ready to go, and pretty much everything I need is right in there. And then this sits close by as I start weaving. But I don't know, it's just fun. But I don't know, if you're on your homestead or even in the city, look around, see what fibers you have available to you, because everything in here, including the mulberry saplings that I'm using now for the inside, that's where about here I switched over to mulberry, or no, I'm sorry, in here is river willow, and then as it goes out, the thicker comes. The last two has been mulberry saplings, and I might I might stay with that. In fact, I just harvested some tonight, and these will end up being part of my the next spirals. And then these that I harvested, I'm gonna try to do a sandal out of it. I watched a couple videos. Think I understand what they're doing with it. And we always need I go through shoes so fast here, just because of the wear and tear, and you know, with all the water that we have, and dealing with the mud and stuff. So I thought, geez, you know, if I could have a nice Yucca sandal, that would be something I could utilize around here. Now, I wouldn't want any of the pigs or sheep stepping on my feet while I have them on, but it could help me a little bit anyway. Keep cool, but that's a start. We'll have to see how it goes, or where it goes from here. So far, I'm really impressed with it, and for strength, and I mean, it's pretty amazing. Even the inside where I use wool as the coil is pretty neat, pretty strong. So we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm gonna try to make it bigger, you know, a bigger one, so probably twice the size that it is now. But we got a good start. Next time I will not start with wool, but this wool, I should have just kept going with that and made a small, softer basket, almost like this one. Now this one, that is Yucca that's on the inside. So it would be Yucca strands like this would be my coil on the inside, and then it's Yucca wrapped around each coil. So this basket is totally all Yucca leaves. Yucca leaves and fiber. I love it too. I think it's a year old. It takes a beating, and I use it probably. Well, I'm always using it. I mean, it's always filled with something. And that's kind of what I want to do with the basketry and stuff that we make here. Is you know, build it to utilize. If I can't use it, whoever buys it or whoever I give it to, I hope they use it, and don't just you know, set it on a shelf for display. Because I think some of the beauty comes from the utilizing it. It's interesting too how the coil, you know, which is this young tree, really changes the dynamic of your pot. I've heard other, you know, weavers where they'll say that the pot tells you, or the vessel, the weaving will tell you what form will come of it, and I understand that now. But this is what I'm working on. With a lot of other fires that we're trying to put out. But let me see what you're working on with your weaving, or with the fibers you're finding on your homestead. Hey, thanks for joining me. Get a little grizzly.